So welcome back, everybody. In today's episode, we're going to be building us a little shelter over our fuel storage here. This is very important. So I set my fuel tanks up here because during the winter, the sun actually stays behind these trees. We're nice and shaded. But now that we're in the summertime, the sun has moved position and it comes right overhead, putting my fuel tanks in very hot sunlight for just a few hours. Now, ultimately, going late in the afternoon, this shades this out as well. I set these tanks here on purpose. But we're getting rain all on our filters and pumps. Although they're rated for it, I would like to keep the rainwater off. And by these tanks getting so hot, two things are happening. It promotes algae growth in diesel. It can cause condensation issues in your regular gasoline, and it causes rapid expansion. Believe it or not, if you fill these tanks up too much and you get hot baking sun out here, fuel will expand and it can actually come out of the vents right here. That can be a major problem. We don't want to wind up with any spills going on out here. All right, so we're close to putting the roof on, and man, am I ready to do it because it is burning up hot. I've got a bunch of old storm damaged building materials down here. We got hit by a tornado 4 years ago and it destroyed a 4-year-old pole barn. Just took it out. So I salvaged everything I could. I've got some bent up tin, but it's still in good enough shape. We're just gonna reuse it. I've been doing that a lot here lately to save a little money. Why not? It won't leak. Even though it's bent up a little, we can pound it back into shape. All right, so as I wrap this build up, one of the things that's very important to me out here, especially with all the fuel stores that we have and me putting my life on the internet, is security. We already run multiple cellular and Wi-Fi cameras all around the property, and it's from this company right here, Link. I've been running the cameras for years now, all sitting out in the sun baking, some up under the house in the weather. They have been awesome, and I know a bunch of you run those cameras as well because I'm always getting feedback from you. So because these cameras have been so reliable, I continue to use them. But what I'm going to be doing out here to watch my fuel, again, hurricane situations happen, power outages happen. Well, now people know that I have hundreds of gallons of fuel here. We're pretty much always here, but I want to keep an eye on it. So I'm going to leave one cellular camera out here, and now we have Wi-Fi out here. Believe it or not, we have a Orbi Wi-Fi mesh system out here that connects all the way back to the house. So I want to run multiple security cameras out here via Wi-Fi and cellular. So should an emergency happen, no matter what it is, maybe the cell towers go down, or maybe we lose Wi-Fi, this, that, and the other, I have one way to always check my cameras, whether I'm home or not. And by the way, this isn't no sponsored video. They're not paying me anything like that, but they did send me this camera out a while back, so I do want to disclose that. It's the right thing to do. So this is their brand new camera right here in this box. It's about to launch. This is called the Argus 4 Pro. So it's supposed to have pretty awesome color vision. They all do nighttime vision just fine. This one records in 4K if you're into that, but it's got one really cool feature that I'm looking forward to, 180-degree panoramic view. Now, the other camera that I'm keeping out here and ones I have all around the property and home will actually rotate around via an app. You can look any direction you want, but it's nice that this is gonna have 180 degrees of view right here. So if it starts recording and I'm not home, somebody's out here messing with the tractor that's out here, fuel, you know, any of my equipment, this already has a 180-degree view. This is pretty cool. So I don't actually have to get a trigger or an alarm and scan my camera around to look. So as you can see, it's got dual lenses here looking out in that 180-degree view, and then it seamlessly integrates it into one picture that you can see on your phone. They claim it's got a really good battery life as well, but honestly, the ones that I already run out here now, I've never had an issue with the battery, and they all charge off of solar. I've never killed a battery, even after days of rain. So if this is like all their other cameras, installation should be nice and easy. I'm already running some up here now and in other parts of the barn. Don't forget, records in 4K, and you can stream in 4K if that's something you're interested in as well. This is also Wi-Fi 6 ready for the people that's now running that newer technology. Some of the older cameras aren't compatible with that. The other feature I like, this one actually has 3 lights built in. So my cameras out here right now have a single light built in, and you would think a little light on a camera like this wouldn't make much of a difference. It makes a huge difference. I can kick those lights on, or you can set them up to alarm and trigger whenever something walks out here, and I can physically see it from the house. And believe it or not, it turns from our vision nighttime to full color is what it'll do. So this one right here can pretty much always record in full color, especially with these lights right here. That's awesome at nighttime, so you're not getting so much of a, you know, nighttime blurry type of footage. Looks like I'm gonna need to change out my solar panel as well. I've got one up there, but I think this one might be even bigger. It is. It actually looks like I can use the mount that's already up there, so this should be a very quick and easy installation. So a lot of y'all bought real cameras based off of our suggestions over the years. That's how I've got all the feedback from you. If you're interested, you can pick these up nice and easy on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. And again, thanks Real Elite for sending this out. Y'all take care of all of our security needs around the property. All right, so here we are with the finished product. I decided to throw a little rock around it so it doesn't turn into a mud pit, because I always keep this area sprayed with a weed killer. I'm actually trying to kill off a little more grass right here. And I don't want this just washing out with dirt coming off the roof. But check this out. I decided to match the same pitch as on this roof, which is a 4-to-12 pitch. So if you come out and look, you know, they kind of match up. Yeah, they absolutely do match up. I probably should have left this a little more flat so blowing rain don't come in, but I didn't really do this as much for the rain as I did for the sun. And as you can see right here, I mean, see the pumps here, it's still well over a foot underneath the overhang right here. This pump's in the dead center, plenty good as is. So now this will keep water off my pumps, my filters. It'll keep water from getting all in my handles, which happens from time to time. I always had to leave them over pointed toward the ground so they wouldn't fill up with anything. Yeah, blowing rain can still get in here. But the more important thing is, as the sun's coming across this way, well, now I have full shade on my tanks and they won't be going through all those crazy temperature changes, which is not good for fuel. All right, you can kind of see the backside here. So covers the tanks well, and it allowed me to use up some, you know, materials that I had laying around, some old scrap stuff, which I've been trying to do a lot of here lately. Probably gonna come back here and rock this entire area in. I'm just exhausted today because rainwater is gonna run off of here, beat a trencher in the ground, and you know, I want to avoid that. So we'll get another couple bucket loads of rock hauled in here. All right, y'all, now we got some new security out here. We got our fuel station covered. This was a good episode, good little project that I really needed to knock off right here. So thank y'all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We feel so blessed to have this fuel and everything here on hand for emergencies, for just daily tractor use and taking care of the property, all that kind of stuff. Oh, this is just such a blessing. It feels wonderful to have this right here. And it's thanks to y'all supporting us and watching the channel. We'll catch you on the next one.